All right, y'all, we're going to get into episodes 15 and 16 in this video. I hope that you guys enjoy. Thank y'all so much for your patience. I have been working on getting more videos up on my Patreon and getting further ahead with these seasons before I start posting more on YouTube again. So we're getting there, y'all. We're almost where I want to be. But without further ado, let's get into episode 15, and I hope you guys enjoy.
We are going into orbit around an unexplored M-class moon of Mabu 6. We have picked up a weak distress call.
Same old, same old.
The electromagnetic whirlwinds on the moon's surface make it virtually impossible to locate the source of the signal, Captain.
Have you ever heard anything like this, Data?
At Starfleet Academy.
Academy?
Interesting.
It is a Starfleet subspace distress signal.
There hasn't been a Daedalus class in service for what?
172 years, sir.
Good gracious.
The USS Essex, under the command of Captain Bryce Schumer, disappeared in this sector over 2 centuries ago.
It's a possibility.
With all that storm activity down there, it isn't worth the risk to check on a ghost ship.
Ah, we're feeling something.
Someone's down there. Alive.
A descendant? That's my best guess.
If it's anything like this in the ground, I don't see how people can survive at this moon for very long.
Maybe they've been living underground.
There you go. That's a possibility.
Forward thrusters have failed, sir.
Ooh.
We are losing power.
Enterprise!
Sir, the shuttlecraft's impulse generators have shut down.
Commander, can you hear me?
Hold on. We're going down.
Yeah, y'all are in trouble. Deanna is exactly how I would be.
I'm picking up the shuttle's trace signature, but the surface interference is distorting its position.
No surprise.
We can calculate the coordinates from their angle of descent.
Now, why didn't we send Dr. Crusher too?
The ground cover is all non-porous rock, which makes me believe it's even less likely there's anyone living here.
What is that?
That doesn't look like any storm front I've ever seen.
Wow.
No life sign readings other than our own.
There is someone alive here. I'm more certain of it now than ever. They're coming. They're coming with the storm.
That's different.
Sir, let me beam down with a pattern enhancer. I can boost the confinement beam. One person might be able to make it.
His chances of making it down there safely are no better than 50-50 in my opinion.
Well, as long as we don't lose him.
I think I can make it.
All right, then. Good luck.
Aye, sir.
Huh, impressive.
We need to distribute these enhancer rods at 7-meter legs. I'd really like to get us out of here before it hits, Commander. I'm supposed to be feeding the baby lunch. Molly gets in a terribly foul mood if I'm late.
That's how I feel when I can't eat on time. Ooh. No, something wants y'all to stay. Ooh. Ooh. Wait a minute. So everybody but Riker got an orb? And he's not aware of it. Oh, we brought something back.
Easy, Deanna. Mostly minor abrasions. Commander Riker took the worst of it with a broken arm.
Ready for duty, sir. You sure, number one? It's not the first broken bone I've ever had.
I've had 0.
Was there any evidence of life?
No, but if Troy was right, we were pretty close to it.
No, the life is here.
We might be able to employ virtual imaging in order to interpolate missing data. I will have it corrected in a moment.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Ensign, take us to a synchronous orbit aligned around our crash site.
Aye, sir.
Given the EM field properties of this moon, I recommend a search pattern beginning in the southern polar region.
What are y'all trying to accomplish?
The Essex signal was never clearly located, sir.
Maintain our current orbit.
Oh, it didn't like that.
Are you saying someone was communicating telepathically?
It was like their voices were being carried on the wind. But they were calling me to the southern polar region.
I see y'all are working together.
We've moved into a polar orbit and I'm locked out. The helm isn't responding.
Data?
Oh, there it is.
Security to the bridge!
Security's already here. And there he goes.
Computer transfer command to engineering.
Ooh, ooh.
The captain would have done it for me.
Deck 36, engineering.
Computer, re-enable bridge control.
I shouldn't be this excited, but this is fun.
Data, O'Brien, and Troy tried to commandeer the ship. They're in Turbolift 4.
They'll find a way to get out.
We're on deck 10.
Can you move us again?
I know how to override the bridge command.
They have been stopped at deck 13.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know how to deactivate this?
My entity's artificial substructure may be useful.
Ooh. Ha! All right now.
Security to 10 forward.
Oh, the baby.
Everyone, get down on the floor.
Miles?
Do not shoot.
On the floor!
Miles!
At least they're just using stun.
Mr. Wall, acknowledge.
Yes, Bridge. He can hear you.
Dang, girl.
Ms. LaForge, shut down all computer access to 10 forward.
I can't, Captain. We'd have to shut down all computer function in the saucer section.
They're attempting to engage their transporters, but I know how to shut them down.
Do it.
Dang.
The entire transporter array has been taken offline and placed into diagnostic mode. I can't override. It'll take a couple of hours to complete the cycle.
We don't have that time.
They can reverse the polarity of their force fields to isolate this room.
Go back to the biofilter readouts taken of the away team's transport from the moon's surface. See if you can come up with any clue that might explain this.
Smart. She'll find it.
10 forward. I am prepared to discuss this situation. There is no need for further violence.
Under normal circumstances, I would be counseling the captain at a time like this. I would help him find a way to secure our trust.
What are you looking at?
Ooh.
You, Klingon.
Dang.
Attack me.
Hold on. Wait a second. Don't do it.
Are you afraid?
I have no fear of death.
And I have no fear of killing you.
Stop it!
Who are y'all and why are you so angry?
Are there any members of my crew who require medical assistance?
We can discuss your wounded. You will change orbit to an inclination of 80 degrees south.
And that's what Troy asked me to do. But why?
We don't know.
You have 30 seconds to change your heading, or additional members of your crew will require medical attention.
I suggest that we move the ship as they've asked. Agreed.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Set a new heading, but take us there as slowly as you can.
See, we're moving.
They're exactly the same, except in Data, Troy, and O'Brien, there's an unusual synaptic activity. It might be another life form superimposing its neural patterns on our people. The only difference between you and the others is that you were injured.
True. That's what saved him.
What would happen if we were to inflict pain on the others?
It might force whatever it is out of our people.
A plasma
Ooh.
shock.
What about Data?
Well, a plasma shock will definitely overload his neural net.
Okay. I like it.
We'd have to hit all three with a single discharge. If they're standing together, it shouldn't be a problem.
If this is going to work, we have to have some way to contain or neutralize this anionic energy once it's out of our people.
Yeah, because once it's released, he could just latch on to somebody else.
I would like to know the nature of the injuries to the members of my crew.
One person has what looks like a level 5 phaser hit, and our captors are not affected by a phaser stun.
Silence, Klingon!
Where's Guinan with her gun when you need her?
If you will release them, I will take their place.
The crew values Picard's life above all others. We agree to your proposal.
She's clearly in charge.
Number one, so long as they're on board the ship, I'm a hostage no matter where I am. We all are.
This is accurate. Yeah.
If LaForge and Rowe can attempt to rescue, in short order, then let them proceed. If they can't, I will provide you with another opportunity.
What? Self-destruct? That baby is hungry.
Silence that child!
Don't you dare.
I know you.
Yeah, your husband and wife. That's your child.
I know who you are. And I know what this is.
Not this.
Make it stop.
It's okay, Molly.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Bryce Schumar of the Federation starship Essex.
And here I am thinking that wouldn't be possible.
This is my first officer, Commander Stephen Mullen, and my security chief, Lieutenant Morgan Kelly.
So why are we doing all this?
And you have survived all this time as...
Spirits, ghosts. But you're a man who would never believe in ghosts, Picard, isn't that true?
And Counselor Troy is still alive.
I have no wish to harm her or to harm anyone else.
And yet you guys have?
Our consciousness has been trapped on this moon for 2 centuries. We must escape this torture.
Again, you could have asked. Crazier things have happened in the show.
Moments before we crashed, the bridge was struck by lightning. Our consciousness was absorbed into the magnetic currents on the surface.
Okay, makes sense.
What was your vessel's designation and its complement?
NCC 173, crew 229.
End this, and I will give you whatever help you need.
No.
What do you want? Good gracious.
He is manipulating you. He will delay until a rescue attempt is possible.
I know that. I hope you will see that it will be simpler to exceed than to risk further injuries. All you need to know for now is that we want to rest.
Things don't always have to be this difficult.
Section 1.
Finally. We're through. All 3 have got to be in the circle if this is going to work.
Cool.
This anionic energy seems to be vulnerable to the same magnetic flux density. If we can duplicate it, we can trap it once it's out of our people.
Okay, makes sense.
Jordy, how long will it take to get it all ready?
My guess is 45 minutes to an hour.
You got 10 minutes.
Be advised.
I'm just kidding.
Spiritual possessions of this sort have been reported throughout Klingon history.
Human history is full of many similar legends.
You got that right.
If it is the spirit of Captain Schumar,
Then he should be behaving very much better, don't you think?
Should carry himself with a little bit more decorum.
I assure you, Mr. Worf, these are not Jet Lin. Our job is to find out exactly what they are.
Sit down, both of you. You over there, you there.
Well, geez, all right.
Please don't.
I hid the bracelet in your pocket. You said, Miles, you make me feel so happy.
Okay, leave her alone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Leave her alone.
We'll be approaching the southern polar region that you requested in a few minutes. I need to give additional instructions.
We're taking you to our crash site.
At the southern pole?
I mean, I figured that's where they were going. What else is on this moon? They're on the moon, right?
When we reach it, you will beam what's left of our skeletal remains on board this ship.
What?
And then take them back to Earth for a proper burial.
So you literally just want to rest?
If you are who you say you are, there's no need for any of this. We'll gladly take you home.
You will cooperate or someone will die. How about the Klingon?
How about no? Don't you dare.
Pick one to die, Captain. Or I kill them both.
Ooh, can we do it now?
Barring plasma charge.
Crap. Darn it. Oh dear.
Pick the bridge! Aboard immediately!
Riker to LaForge. Return to the bridge.
Darn it.
Are you ready to cooperate?
Yes!
Okay, let him go.
We are giving you the exact coordinates of our remains on board the wreck of the Essex.
Are you sure you're remembering this correctly?
Can you tell what's there?
Just your basic ionic cyclone. I can't read a thing. Transporters aren't gonna work any better than the scanners.
Okay, well, there's that.
Whatever's blocking our scanners will prevent the use of the transporters.
We'll have to use a transporter pad.
I could give you safe passage to a transporter pad in one of the cargo bays.
It is a trick.
I was just about to say that. It's a trap.
Without the protection of the force fields, we are completely vulnerable.
Once the force field is down, they could beam us back to the surface. But there is a way to neutralize that threat.
Okay, keep talking out loud.
Transfer all transporter functions to 10 forward.
You will have to release your computer control lockouts.
Our guests will be moving shortly to cargo bay 4.
Doctor?
Mr. LaForge?
Yes, sir.
I set all transporter controls, including all those aboard your shuttlecraft.
Almost had him, Ensign.
Darn.
Riker to 10 forward. Remaining transporter functions are being transferred to you.
We can prevent anybody using the transporter against us as we go to the cargo bay.
The weapons.
Why do you need weapons?
We will each take a hostage for protection.
Klingon.
Y'all have some obsession with Worf.
Please let her stay.
Security, allow them access into Cargo Bay 4.
Aye, sir.
I know they have a plan.
How do you intend to achieve this rest that you so desire?
It will fade as we move further from this planet.
Really? What is your scientific basis for that?
Good question.
Captain Schumer, when are you going to tell me who you really are?
I've isolated Cargo Bay 4 with a neutrino field, sir.
If it becomes necessary, Ensign, you'll blow the Cargo Bay hatch on my orders.
Oh, whoa.
You're right, Picard. It's not rest we seek, only escape. We were brought to this moon over 5 centuries ago. It was a better approach than asking you to allow hundreds of condemned prisoners on board.
Oh, no, not condemned prisoners.
And this moon is a penal colony.
That's correct.
Okay.
But now we have your ship and your bodies to carry us home.
Dr. Crusher, flood the Cargo Bay with your containment field.
Yes.
Let them go or you will all die!
The threats are meaningless now. They'll all die when the cargo bay hatch is blown.
You will die too, Picard.
Oh, well.
I would die to save the life of my child.
To die defending one ship is the hope of every Klingon.
Y'all picked the wrong hostages.
And you know they're equally ready to give their lives for this ship. Free them now. And I will return you to the moon's surface.
Smart move.
I advise you, Picard, not to pass our way again.
Oh, don't worry. We'll quarantine the entire planet. Or, excuse me, moon.
Our guests will be leaving shortly. I need an emergency medical team down here.
On our way, Captain.
Dr. Crusher has examined Troy, Data, and O'Brien. There seem to be no residual effects from their experience.
That's good.
I was watching everything happen, hearing my own voice, but not being able to control any of it.
I must apologize for my inadvertent misconduct toward you.
No apology necessary.
Your restraint was most remarkable.
Yeah, it actually was.
You have no idea.
How do you feel?
Hungry.
That's a good sign.
How do you feel?
I'm just glad to have you back.
Same.
If I could have killed that thing inside me, I would have.
I know.
Look at the baby. I very much enjoyed the acting in this episode, especially with Deanna, Data, and O'Brien. I thought that they all did an excellent job acting like they were possessed by different spirits. 10 Forward has been catching it in season 5, y'all. I mean, good gracious. And I'm just sitting here thinking, is Guinan on vacation? What is going on? Don't get me wrong. I know she can't be in every episode, but whenever anything is going down in 10 Forward and she's just not in the episode, I'm just like, what the heck? There's no way she would let all this happen. Beside that, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. I very much enjoyed seeing the way the crew figured out how to go about getting these entities out of these 3. Obviously it failed that very first time, and then, you know, they tried to pretend that they were the members of this crew on the Essex, but come to find out, no, this moon was a penal colony. It's like, what can you do? Was I surprised that there was the possibility of them being the spirits of the crew of the Essex? No, that wouldn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me. But was I also surprised that it could have been entities pretending to be them? That wasn't surprising either. But when I think about it, when Deanna was going through all these explanations and explaining that, yes, we were the crew, This is all the information. You can check the records. And I'm just like, but why didn't you just say something out the gate? You know what I mean? It just felt kind of weird. Okay, you guys were Starfleet. We're current Starfleet. Just say it. What's the problem? What do you want? So this whole elaborate plan just so that they could rest. Okay, sure. We could have planned this out a little bit better, but hey, that's just me. Brent did an excellent job. He kept going for Mr. Worf. And every time he did it, I was just kind of like, oh my goodness, let it go. It made the episode very entertaining, but I was just like, no, not my Mr. Worf. And yes, he was showing a lot of restraint in this episode. I was kind of impressed, but I get why he had to control it, because let's be real, we would have had more injuries. So makes sense. The scenes with Molly were hard to watch. They did a really good job with those, because I mean, a baby's gonna cry. If I mean, you can't just stop a baby when the baby's upset. And those scenes with her, they were quite intense. And then I love how, like, the scene in the cargo bay, I touched on this a little bit, where they were threatening to blow the hatch, and they were just like, but you guys will die too. It's like, boo, y'all got a Klingon over here. Like, really? He's not scared of death. And then you got Keiko. She's like, okay, y'all aren't gonna harm my child. Let's do it. Let's blow this thing. Y'all picked the wrong people to drag in there. But yeah, this was very entertaining. So now we're gonna hop on into episode 16, and I hope you guys enjoy.
No question about it. She was bluffing, Worf.
Bluffing is not one of Counselor Troy's strong suits.
Yeah?
It would have been unwise to call.
You had Jackson 8s, she bluffed you with a pair of 6s.
Oh, this is about poker.
Maybe next time you should bring a deck that's not transparent to infrared light.
Oh, that'll do it.
Not to worry, Worf. I only peek after the hand is over.
His face. Ooh, that's not good. Y'all may want to get out of there. That... Oh, look up.
Look out!
Amanda, what happened?
It fell on him?
What happened?
The containers you were checking fell on you. You're lucky to be alive.
The restraining field is not necessary.
There isn't one.
Worf,
Oh no.
there is no restraining field.
But I can't move my legs.
Stop.
You can't move because one of the containers shattered 7 of your vertebrae and crushed your spinal cord.
Dang. You're paralyzed, my love.
I'm afraid there's no way we can repair this kind of injury.
Okay, hear me out. Time travel. Let's go back to the moment before the container falls and we stop it.
Although a neurospecialist has arrived, Dr. Crusher believes his paralysis may be permanent.
Maybe, not definite.
Welcome to the Enterprise, Dr. Russell. I'm Beverly Crusher.
A pleasure.
Child, she looked like Hillary Clinton for 2 seconds.
Have you had a chance to review Worf's case history yet?
Only briefly.
When I contacted the Klingon Medical Division, they informed me that they usually let the patient die in a case like this.
Ooh, but then again, not surprised.
But I think it would be best if I maintain a discreet distance. That way I can give you a completely objective opinion regarding treatment.
Okay, that sounds fair.
You look pretty good for someone who's been eating sick bay food for 3 days.
Aww.
Please, sit down, Commander. Dr. Crusher believes my paralysis to be permanent.
Oh, he had no idea.
I have a personal favor to ask.
Oh, is this about Alexander?
I want you to assist me in performing the Heckbar ceremony.
Never mind.
I want you to help me die.
Oh, wait. Absolutely not.
When he becomes a burden to his friends and family, it is time for the Heckbar. Time for him to die. I will not live as an object of pity or shame.
Let's change the way you view yourself.
Mr. Worf, I will not help a friend commit suicide.
Exactly.
If you truly consider me a friend, help me now. Help me end my life.
I know this stressed y'all out the first time this aired.
Klingon anatomy. 23 ribs, 2 livers, 8-chambered heart. I've never seen so many unnecessary redundancies in one body.
Well, it's necessary for them.
Almost every vital function in their bodies has a built-in redundancy in case any primary organ or system fails.
All the extra organs means just that much more can go wrong.
Okay, I see both sides.
This is a genetronic replicator. It reads the DNA coding of damaged organs and then begins to grow a replacement.
Wow, that's impressive.
Replace his entire spinal column?
Exactly.
That's really cool.
I had no idea you were already using this on humanoids.
I haven't been.
Oh, is he going to be an experiment?
I've done dozens of hollow simulations. The success rate is up to 37%.
37?
Sooner or later, it has to be tried on a living patient.
I mean, yeah.
We have to remove the existing one, and we don't know enough about Klingon neurological medicine to reattach it.
This sounds way too risky.
I agree, it has remarkable potential, but you're still in the most preliminary stages of research.
How about you just tell Worf all these details and let him decide?
Doctor, the transport ship Denver struck a gravitic mine left over from the Cardassian war that sustained heavy damage.
Ah, the Cardassians.
I'll need to convert all 3 shuttle bays into emergency triage centers. I want all civilians with medical training to report for duty.
Yeah, all hands on deck.
Worf will never regain the use of his legs.
Supposedly.
For a Klingon in Worf's position, his life is over. If you were dying, if you were terminally ill with an incurable disease and facing the remaining few days of your life in pain,
pull the plug. Pull the plug. Let my spirit be free.
his life ended when those containers fell on him.
I can respect his beliefs, but he is asking me to take an active part in his committing suicide.
I get what Riker's saying.
That means that you're going to have to make your decision based on that friendship. Klingons choose their friends with great care.
Yes, this is true.
Why won't you let me see him? My father wants to see me. You're the one keeping me away from him.
I think you know that's not true.
Yeah.
Then why can't I see him?
You gonna tell him?
He's been injured, and he's embarrassed.
This is part of that Klingon stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
My
honey.
mother always said Klingons had a lot of dumb ideas about honor.
That sounds like your mother.
I don't care about being Klingon. I just want to see my father.
Oh, poor baby.
Alexander is scared, confused, hurt, all because his father is refusing to see him. All I care about at this moment is a little boy who's terrified he's going to lose his father.
Right.
Maybe it's time you stopped lying here worrying about your honor and started thinking about someone else, like your son.
All right, girl.
We can implant a series of neural transducers into your lower torso and legs. With a little work, you can eventually regain 60 to 70% of your motor control.
They're a training device. Once you've mastered using them, you can move on to the implants.
It will take some time before you get used to manipulating them.
No!
These are very sophisticated devices.
He doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear it.
I will not be seen lurching through corridors like some half-Klingon machine, the object of ridicule and disgust.
We would see it as you having strength, but I get it's not the Klingon way.
There is one other option I'd like you to consider.
Oh, she's gonna go there.
It's called genetronic replication. But if it works, it will restore virtually all your mobility, and without the need for artificial implants.
He's either gonna say yes, or still want to go through the, I'll say assisted death.
I also thought we decided against recommending it.
I just gave him a better option than suicide.
He's grasping for straws and you're giving him one. You're using the desperation of an injured man as an excuse to try a procedure that you couldn't do under normal circumstances.
This episode has me all over the place.
They have turned down your request to test genetronics on humanoids 3 times already.
Oh.
Your patient's life is at stake here.
Look, before you do any of
Guards
this...
to Dr. Crusher.
She's gonna do it anyway.
We've located the survivors from the Denver.
We're ready down here.
Could you use an extra pair of hands?
Absolutely.
Father?
Wait, did he approve this?
Come in, Alexander.
Oh, I see.
I was worried about you.
As Klingons, we all must be prepared for it.
He didn't want him to see that.
Take him away.
Let me help you.
Leave!
He went into neural metaphasic shock. He couldn't take leporazine. His blood pressure was too low. I tried a new ribotherapy I've been working with. It's called Barathium.
Why are you just doing random stuff?
You used this man to test one of your theories.
Barathium is decades ahead of leporazine and morthiol.
All right, she needs to get off the ship.
I don't think any conventional treatment would have saved him.
The point is, you didn't even try standard treatment.
Right, before moving on to what you wanted to do.
I think you used this situation in order to test one of your theories, just like you're trying to do with Worf.
Yeah, she's gotta go. She's gotta go.
I'm offering him a chance to recover fully. A chance you can't give him.
Watch it, lady.
I'm looking down a long road, Doctor. This man didn't die for nothing. The data that I gathered is invaluable.
You just wanted to gather data.
Your research on this ship is over. You are relieved of all medical duties until further notice. Is that clear?
There you go.
Perfectly.
Now get out of my sight. Oh, she's still gonna try something, I bet.
I understand that you've relieved Dr. Russell of duty.
What? Is it politics?
Maybe you should consider letting her go ahead with this genetronic procedure.
Putting aside for the moment the fact that a paraplegic can live a very full life.
But he doesn't see it that way.
You want him to go from contemplating suicide to accepting his condition and living with a disability. But it's too far. The Klingon may not be good at accepting defeat, but he knows all about taking risks.
This is true.
The first tenet of good medicine is never make the patient any worse. If he goes into that operation, he could come out a corpse.
But that would be his choice.
And this may not be good medicine, but for Worf, it may be his only choice.
I've been studying this ritual of yours. Do you know what I've decided?
Not to do it.
I think it's despicable. I hate everything about it. I may have to respect your beliefs, but I don't have to like them. I'm not going to make it that easy for you.
What are you about to do?
Remember Sandoval? Hit with a disruptor blast 2 years ago? Marla Astor. Tasha Yar.
We remember her.
How many friends have we watched die? I've lost count. Every single one fought for life until the very end.
I do not welcome death, Commander.
Sounds like it.
Because I get the sense you're feeling pretty noble about this whole thing. Look at me. Aren't I courageous? Aren't I an honorable Klingon? Have you ever thought about how you've affected the people around you? How we might feel about your dying?
Yeah, we're gonna be hurt.
But I've been studying Klingon ritual and Klingon law, and I've discovered that it's not my place to fill that role. That honor falls to a family member. Preferably the oldest son.
Oh, dear.
The son of a Klingon is a man the day he can first hold a blade.
Well, we've seen him do that.
He is part human.
What you really mean is it would be too hard to look at your son and tell him to bring you the knife, then pull the knife out of your chest and wipe your blood on his sleeve.
I wasn't expecting this.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Worf. I can't help you. There's only one person on this ship who can.
All right, writers. I like it. I can hear Kalar now.
You said you wanted to see me?
Yes, I need you to stab me.
I need you to help me.
No, not do the stabbing. I do the stabbing. You pull it out.
According to tradition, I must take my life after suffering this kind of injury. But I have decided to break with tradition.
Good. Happy to hear it.
We will speak again soon.
I'll make sure he reaches your parents' home safely.
They are elderly.
Yeah, we've been through this.
Counselor, I have a serious request to make of you. Would you consider
Raising Alexander.
You want me to raise Alexander?
Yep.
I have come to have a great respect for you, Deanna. You have been most helpful in guiding me since Alexander's arrival.
Yeah, that she has done, yes.
I can't imagine anyone who would be a better parent to my son.
I'd be honored.
Oh, how sweet.
All neural connections below the first cervical vertebrae have been separated.
I'm severing the brainstem now.
Oh, gosh.
I've notified Starfleet that our survey of Sector 37628 will be delayed by at least a week.
I understand from Miss LaForge that there's a minor fluctuation in the starboard warp core.
I see y'all are keeping yourselves busy. I know you're worried.
Has there been any word?
There it is.
None.
Preliminary genetronic scans are
Woo.
complete.
Initiating DNA sequencer. Increase TCH levels to...
What's wrong?
The scanner is having trouble reading the Klingon dorsal root ganglia.
Dang it.
But I thought I made sufficient adjustments. Bring me the detronal scanner.
Now you tell us?
I can scan the ganglia manually. It'll just take a little longer.
Thinking about the future, huh?
Track the paraspinal muscle.
Got it. I'm reading a slight fluctuation in the isocortex.
20 cc's anaprovaline.
How much longer can we keep him on life support?
27 minutes.
Cover.
We gotta hustle.
Tissue growth proceeding at anticipated rates. No initial signs of rejection.
That's good so far.
Terminate life support. Neural connections appear stable.
Looking good so far.
Of course.
Fluctuations in the isocortex.
40 cc's
Again. Same thing again.
EP dropping, now 60/40.
Ooh.
Vector response is falling rapidly. No response in the isocortex.
75 cc's anaprovaline.
Heart rate is erratic.
He's going into cardiac arrest.
Yeah, I wonder why.
We're losing him.
No BP, no pulse. Showing no higher brain functions.
Okay, 25 cc's cortisone.
That'll kill him.
Looks like we've done a pretty good job of that already, Doctor.
I know that's right.
No BP, no pulse. No activity in the isocortex.
Corticostimulator.
Ah, darn.
Again.
She's not gonna give up.
Again.
Doctor.
No, you stay back.
Death occurred at 1240 hours.
It was all going so well. No anomalies during replication. No initial rejection.
This is the first time you've done this.
No. Alexander. I am so sorry.
There's no way. Come on.
I want to see him.
Maybe the presence of his son will force his spirit back into his body. He's breathing. He's breathing. Maybe I'll just need to turn him on his back.
What's going on?
Not sure. But if I'm right, one of those unnecessary redundancies.
Lady, shush.
That's amazing. There must be a backup for his synaptic functions as well.
Oh, those Klingon backups. They come in handy.
Well, I'd say your patient's recovery is going well.
You still stressed her out.
You aren't even going to acknowledge what I did for him, are you? You just can't admit that it was my research that made this possible.
Technically, he had a backup, because this would have killed somebody else.
You scare me, Doctor. You risk your patients' lives and justify it in the name of research. Genuine research takes time. You take shortcuts. Right through living tissue.
I don't think it's sinking in.
As far as I'm concerned, that's a violation of our most sacred trust. Enjoy your laurels, Doctor. I'm not sure I could.
Just walk away. Nice job.
This is gonna take time, Worf.
Alexander.
I would appreciate some help from my son.
Ooh, look at that.
We will work together.
Yes, sir.
There you go. This one was really good. Ooh, people were about to catch my wrath in this video, but fortunately I held it in because I thought to myself, now hold on. I was told that I was going to get more Mr. Worf in like the later Trek shows. And I said, I know all these folks didn't lie to me. Y'all wouldn't do me like that, would you? Was this a collective prank? Have y'all been talking about me behind the scenes? But look, no, I just was like, okay, if they're really about to do this to me, I'm really going to have to bite my tongue when I do my review. But no, we still have him. So I'm good on that. I like that this episode explored different opinions, different feelings, the different morals. I liked it because some people may, we'll take Riker for example. Some people might think that he was being too harsh with Mr. Worf. I But then there are some that probably are on his side and they're like, yeah, don't ask him to do that. And the fact that he took the time to really look at the Klingon laws, you really can't be too mad at him, because he did find that loophole, which would have been a very hard, which not would have been, it is a very harsh reality that Alexander would be the one to help him. And in a way, some people could view that as Mr. Worf finally snapping out of it. But at the same time, I get that he wants to follow the Klingon way. I get for some people, they may view it as he's being very insensitive to his son. He's going to leave a child behind and not at least attempt to, you know, walk and do the types of things that the doctors are recommending. I understand that perspective as well. For me, I don't blame Dr. Crusher for how she was so frustrated with Dr. Russell, because I get that she wants to find different ways of doing things in the medical field, and she's got all these theories and she's trying to, it's like what they were talking about, you know, there's going to be that first patient. I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, especially when they were helping out all these people and someone passed and she said, well, I didn't do the standard things that we were supposed to do, but I just went and did what I thought would work. I understand why Dr. Crusher was upset. That made me upset personally myself, because I'm just like, lady, follow protocol and do the things that are standard. And then if they don't work, okay, let's try something different. I have no problem with that. Deanna, you know, I was very proud of her in this episode. We're getting there. The Deanna's getting better and better for me. I like how she spoke to Worf. I like how she was, you know, okay with, I'm sure it shocked her a little bit, the idea of having to raise Alexander. But the fact that Worf has so much respect for her and would even ask her, that's huge. It is, to trust somebody with your child after you, well, he didn't die, but in case he did pass on. If I were to rewatch this in another 20, 30 years, I probably would have a completely different opinion on certain things, depending on what I've been through, like between now and then. But as of right now, at the end of the day, I mean, it was really Worf's decision, what he wanted to do. Of course, you know, he didn't have to entertain other folks' opinions or anything like that. He could have just put his foot down. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that if Riker hadn't found that slight loophole there, or if Dr. Russell hadn't shared with him this other possibility, he would have gone through with it. But, you know, I'm glad he's still with us. And I just kept thinking to myself, you know, they hinted there in the episode what was going to happen, especially all these extra like bits and pieces and extra organs that the Klingons have. And it's like, yeah, but it's like a backup system if something goes like wrong. I should have known right then and there what was going to happen at the end, because I was really scratching my head at the end trying to figure out either y'all were lying to me, which honestly, again, that would have been so elaborate, or he's fine and I just completely missed something in the episode. But no, we still have him, and I'm happy we still have him. And I think it was really cute at the end there with him and Alexander. I know some people may look at it as, he's a child, he's a baby, how is he going to help you? I didn't view it from a physical sense. I viewed it more from a emotional sense of him helping his dad. So that's just the way I viewed it. Yeah, this episode pulled me in so many different directions, mainly because I understood everybody's point of view. Even Dr. Russell, who at the end there, I was like, nah, you gotta go. I get it. You're so sure of your research and what could happen. But that 37% made me very uncomfortable. I was just like, don't touch him. But hey, it is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.